morning, everybody. This is Mike from Ubercool. For those of you that aren't from Virginia, it's raining, cats and dogs. Yesterday, to bring you up to speed, the modified fenders and valance from the front of the 50s Cruiser, PT Cruiser customization are currently outside under the carport here with two heavy coats of K2. They'll have to set for a couple days so it cures all the way through. Then I can start blocking them down. That is all for my wife's car. It's going to involve the front end conversion of full-length Phantom grille, blue dot headlights with a Y in it so that the turn signals are incorporated into the 7-inch crystal headlights. Lake pipes, 3-inch gangster white walls, chrome baby moon hubcaps on chrome reverse wheels, fender skirts, 59 caddy tail lights. It's just going to be an awesome thing, and I'm doing it. I rarely do a build for us. This is the guy that started it all. This was a 2001 Bw Jetta Wagon. We picked it up 4 years ago with the intent of, around the time Mark Smith was starting to play with the idea of making the Jetta kit, about the time when my son and I started cutting this one up. This one, I keep saying it over and over again, is not a kit. It is hand-built here in this dirt-floored, uneven garage, and it's all metal. It's all steel. Everything's welded. There's no rivets. There's no epoxy. The tailgate functions, and it used to be the hatch. Works off dual electronic strikers. I can open the tailgate from the door, from the soft switch on the tailgate, or from the key. My vision in creating this truck was to create a truck that, as closely as possible, would resemble a factory VW MK4 caddy pickup. And I believe that's what I've done. 99% of the parts in it are VW. The rubber gasket that holds the rear window in is actually from a 79 VW bus. Everything that we put into it was actual VW parts. Unlike the kits that have Ford Ranger tailgates and Chrysler minivan taillights and Corrado rear windows, this is 100% VW. The next build that I did was my son's 2001 Ghetto Wagon. We've seen a lot of conversions and a lot of customizations over the years of people saying, I created this delivery, or I created this two-door coupe by welding the rear door shut. In his green squareback, as he named it, we took a donor GTI and we drilled all the spot welds out for the GTI and the four-door. 345 spot welds per side per car. What we did basically was took everything out. The only thing that we couldn't actually drill out and marry up with the factory placing was the top of the V-pillar. That is actually molded into the roof section. But it was amazing that when we removed the four-door rocker skin and the understructure and everything else, that when we brought the GTI stuff in, it lined right up. And so we actually re-welded the spot welds, and it's all factory looking install. On that car, he did a custom Bozer hood extension, this steel, and actually welded on the hood. Came out really nice. His tailgate or hatch has a Volkswagen Rabbit pickup nameplate actually molded into it. So it's pretty wild looking. People don't realize what they're looking at when they first see it. They're really not sure. A lot of time went into that car. The next thing we did was my neighbor Jason, his Red Baron Dune Buggy. He bought it basically from the beach. I didn't know any better. Went down there, picked this thing up, drug it back up here, and he come and grabbed me and said, "Come look at what I got." Basically what he bought was a pile of rust and fiberglass. Took 10 months, 589 hours of labor to put the Red Baron together, so it was safe. While we were doing that, we did some off-the-wall custom things. We abandoned the 7-inch round and the 6-inch round headlights that is classic Bw Dune Buggy. We use snow plow lights that are all encased and weatherproof to give it a different look, and actually tucked them under the fender. We used 62 Volkswagen blade bumper for the front bumper to protect the fiberglass. There are spider webs that we actually hand formed and made as gussets everywhere, even in the roll cage. The roll cage is a 6-point. It's an HRA rated. The seat belts in it are 5-point harnesses for adults and kids. So there was a strong emphasis on safety when we built that buggy, that Jason could rest assured that if he took his family out in it, that in the event of a mishap, they would be safe. Currently I'm doing, like I said, the cruiser for my wife. Next up, looks like I'm gonna do my version of a newer Beetle pickup. Mark Smith's version with a step side only leaves a bed that's 3 foot wide by not even quite 5 foot long, which is an unusable bed. My version will be a full 4 foot wide, and it'll be a full 6 foot long. And it will use unconventional methods. My plan of what to use for that rear section is really going to be shocking to everybody with how well it matches. So there you have it. Over the next few months, we'll do individual workups. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost forgot. Those of you who follow the channel, you know about Brian's Charger UTE. We just finished that. So over the months, as we're in between projects and while we're doing projects, we're going to do small segments, and we're going to break it down into parts. And I'll go through, with including pictures of exactly how we came up with my truck that I call ULI. That's U-L-L-I, after my father-in-law that passed away last year. How we built ULI, the different techniques we used in some custom things. We'll do the same thing for the Dune Buggy. We'll do the same thing for Robert's Squareback. We'll do the same thing for the Charger hood, because the Charger had quite a bit of custom stuff in it too. So stick around. You're going to find that my channel is a little bit different. I like showing shortcuts to folks, especially younger guys that are just coming into the trade. There are certain shortcuts that were handed down to me from my grandfather and my dad. And the talk now of vocational schools going 100% virtual just eats my ass, because you can't teach a bodyman skills in a virtual classroom. So, and you'll find that I occasionally have a slip of the tongue, and I show you the good with the bad. When I screw up, I show it. When something comes out good, I show it also. So stick around. Please subscribe and like our channel, and we'll see you around. This is Mike from Ubercool. Out.